Hello, I'm Rob Phillips, and welcome to my channel. You know, one of the things I hear all the time from my students and just people out in the world is the idea of a racing mind, the idea of being lost in our thoughts. I think probably now more than ever when we're plugged into our devices, we're constantly stimulated, so this problem is actually more epidemic than ever. Fortunately, like so many things, and really kind of the core of everything I teach on this channel, Yin Yoga can provide us an antidote to some of that and can provide us some techniques to calm the storm, to find clarity, so that those racing thoughts can gradually settle over time. So today we're going to go deep into that. We're going to find some techniques to regulate our nervous system. We're going to practice anchoring in the physical as a way to get out of our heads. And my hope is that by the time you're done, you'll feel far more clear, far more calm, less stuck in those racing patterns in your mind. In terms of practical details for props, as usual, I recommend that you have a couple of blocks and a blanket. If you do enjoy the video, give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you would like to go deeper into some of the themes I explore on this channel, please check out my free course, The Embodied Mindfulness Method. There's a link in the description down below. Otherwise, let's find our way onto our back to begin here. So you can kind of clear everything out. Lie down flat on the floor, spread yourself out, take up some space here. If you need a little bit of props to support yourself, maybe like something behind the head or something under the legs, grab those if you'd like. We're going to be here for a few minutes, but the idea is that by lying down on our back, we find a sense of support, we find a very neutral shape. And as long as you've lined yourself up well here, it should feel possible to completely relax. So I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to do that. I want you to feel the body settle. I want you to feel that energy get a bit more calm. And take a scan through the body here a few times and just ask yourself if you're holding tightness or tension, really holding anything that you don't need here. I mentioned in the introduction this idea of regulating our nervous system, and really the main tool we have for doing that is to work with our breath. So we will be working with the breath a little more directly today. So what we'll start with is 3 deep inhales through the nose with big exhales out our mouth to kind of clear things through, to feel that letting go. So take a nice deep inhale breath through your nose. Open up your mouth to exhale and let that go. Again, nice deep inhale breath through the nose. Nice long exhale breath out our mouth. One last time here. Deep inhale breath through the nose. Big exhale breath out our mouth. Feel how just that simple practice may have brought you a bit of calm, may have helped for things to settle. From here, close the lips, come back to a more normal breath, but I do definitely encourage you to make that breath a bit deeper. Nice slow expansion as you inhale. Nice slow release as you exhale. You can even rest your hands on the abdomen if you want to feel that a little more clearly. And so one of the simplest ways to balance the nervous system to help settle things without being too aggressive about it or too forceful about it is to let the rhythm of your breath be really steady. So can you take just one more minute here and regulate the tempo of your breath so that your inhales and your exhales become the same length as one another? Noticing the sensations that you feel and really bringing the attention, bringing the awareness into the physical body. The mind may still be racing, you may still have a lot going on. We're not trying to stop that, but we are redirecting the attention back to the body again and again, using that to help invite whatever degree of calm, whatever degree of quiet may be available to us in this moment. So feel that here for a few more cycles, maybe 3 or 4 more breaths. Let the rhythm be steady. Let the quality of your breath be nice and balanced here. Final moment, just as we did a few minutes ago, let's take our gentle inhale breath through the nose. Take a gentle exhale breath out the mouth. And slowly begin to open your eyes here. Now we'll be remaining on our back for the first couple of poses. We're going to set up into banana shape. So many of you will know this. We're going to start on our left side. So walk your feet in. With the knees bent, you're going to lift up the hips and scoot them over to the left-hand side, and then lower them down there. With the hips now on the floor, take the legs long and move them a bit over to the right so that you create this nice side bend. And I always invite, if you'd like, to cross the left ankle on top to stabilize this. The shoulders will move over in that same direction as well. And from there, you can begin to reach the arms up overhead so that as you dial this in, you'll feel a nice broad release all along the left side of the body. And remember, as we start to get a little more physical, to never push the body into sharp or strong sensations. If you feel anything at all that's giving you pause, anything that feels like it might be compromising the body in some way, you've gone too far, you're going to want to back out in that moment. And then, as you find that alignment, we let the body relax as best we can, and we feel the sensations. We tune in to that physical experience. And we take these nice, slow, gentle breaths. We invite the rhythm of the breath to be more steady and even, and you can even physically invite the breath to move a little bit more onto the left side of the pose here. And again, we are not trying to silence our thoughts or our mind, but we are gently redirecting our attention back to the physical. Back to the sensations of our breath. The thoughts may still be coming and going, shifting, all of that stuff, but little by little, the more we anchor in our experience, they can start to settle down here. They can start to calm down over time. For now here, we'll take just one more complete breath and gradually unwind our legs. Shift, so we're resting more just in the middle of our back here. Feel a few moments of resonance. Feel that lightness, that space on the left side of the body. And take a few gentle breaths. Let this neutralize. Let this all really balance out for yourself. From here, we'll set up our second side. You can walk the legs in, have your knees bent. Lift up the hips and scoot them a little bit over to the right and lower them down on the floor. And then from there, take the legs long and move them over to the left, dialing up that nice big side bend, that release on the right side in particular, maybe with your right ankle is crossed on top now. Arms can reach up and overhead and come into this nice big release, this nice big side bend for yourself. And again, you'll want to feel the pose, but you should still ensure that you're able to relax and to drop into this. Feeling the body on the floor. Feeling the rhythm of your breath. And just considering, what could you let go of here? What may you be holding on to here? How could you meet this moment with a greater sense of ease? A greater sense of surrender? Take your final complete breath just like you are here. Carefully unwind the pose. Let yourself shift and make your way more into the neutral pose in the center of the back. And again, feel the lightness in space. So, and if there is some tension, if there is some restlessness, sometimes in the pose it's a little stirred up, it's a little more challenging, but where we feel the space is in the release, right? So in this neutral pose, feel what you've let go of. Feel that lightness. And really, we're using the physical practice here to invite that relaxation response in the body and the mind. And of course, just showing up here, just doing this practice is giving you space. It's taking you away from the distractions, right? So here, let's find our gentle inhale breath through the nose. Take a gentle exhale breath out our mouth. Walk in your legs with your knees bent and just come into a nice natural sway, a nice natural shift side to side. And roll your way over onto either side and press yourself up from there. From here, we'll be setting up into deer shape, which is our outer hip opener. In general, a blanket is nice for this, not explicitly required. Definitely a shape to be careful of your knees. If you feel anything weird happening in your knees, you could always lie down on your back, do figure 4 as a modified version, but otherwise we're going to do deer pose, opening up our outer left hip. So you'll roll over onto the left-hand side, support yourself there. Right leg will park back, and for some bodies you might need more lift, you might need more height. Please experiment, please be kind to your knees. From here, we'll invite a bit of length as we inhale. We'll release forwards down towards the earth as we exhale. You may appreciate leaning into your blocks. That's one of the reasons I suggested having them. If you have like a yoga bolster, like I have in the corner, that could work even better perhaps, give you even more support. But line yourself up in such a way that the level of intensity is noticeable, but not too much. Align the body so that you can breathe comfortably, so that you can relax here. And again, truly let yourself be supported by the floor. Tune in to the sensations of the pose, that direct physical experience. Invite the breath to be steady, to be balanced in its rhythm. Using that gentle connection with your breath to, in the more kind of literal sense, get out of your head. When we tune into the body, when we redirect our attention, we can let go of the racing thoughts. Can let go of the resistance, tension. And as we drop even deeper here, maybe we even get these glimpses of clarity. You can feel these moments of just simple connection here as we are. Take a final complete breath here as you are. Gently press into the earth, begin to rise up, and as a simple reset here, I'd recommend that you extend your legs forwards. Let them relax. In fact, actually, I'm going to back up a little bit here, but have your legs forwards. And shake them out, let them move a little bit here, stir them up, but take a few slow breaths. Take a few moments to tune in and feel that. Again, as we come out of the pose, can you feel that reset? Can you feel that rebound here for yourself? Let's dial in our second side of this. So from here, we're going to roll over more onto our right side hip, right? Left leg comes in. Please be kind to the knees and the hips. Please experiment with this alignment. Modify completely if this is not a great shape for your body, right? But feel the support of the earth, feel that foundation beneath you. And from here, invite that inhale breath for some length. Use your exhale breath to move forwards and down. To feel, in a sense, almost like you're melting towards the floor here. Really grounding, really settling into this. And again, we soften the physical tension in the body. We release on that more tangible level. We feel the shifts in the movements of our breath, the rise and the fall. So that by coming back to the physical, we can let go of any turbulence in the mind. We can tap into the deeper stillness that's always waiting beneath it all. So what could you let go of here in this moment? What are you holding on to that is actually not needed here? Keep coming back to the physical and keep letting go of whatever may no longer be serving you. Now take your final complete breath like you are. Slowly press the floor, begin to raise up. Sweep the legs forwards, let them relax and reset. Just kind of shake that up for yourself here. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to have us come onto our back, but a nice setup to do here. So if you have like a proper yoga bolster like I have in the corner, that's even better. So awesome, use that if you have one, but most folks won't, right? So you can use just a yoga block, but what's even nicer is to lay a blanket over your yoga block to make it cushier. You could also just use a thick cushion or something if you had that at home. So something to support you here though. Have that handy and find your way onto your back and just settle here for a few breaths. Take a few moments to tune in, to connect. Feel what you've already let go of. Feel what you've already released. Again, we've moved from the mental to the physical and hopefully are feeling that natural calm beneath the turbulence that may have been there. So from here to kind of round together our practice, I'd like to come into a mild inversion. We call this seagrass pose. So we walk in the feet, we bend the knees and lift up the hips and slide that prop right under the back of the pelvis. So you want to be nice and stable and supported. So again, you could do this with a bolster. The block and the blanket I find works particularly well for it too. Now I will say as I come into this, as I set this up for you all, that if you'd like, you could always just keep your feet on the floor. Don't feel like you have to come into the full inversion. But if you want to give that a shot, what we'll do is raise the legs up. And the trick here in seagrass pose is to find a nice balance. You might need to bend the knees a little bit. You might need to experiment with your alignment a little bit to find your sweet spot here. But either way, once you're in a place that makes sense, either with the legs lifted or the feet on the floor, close your eyes and just knowing that by being upside down like this, we're going to activate an even deeper relaxation response. This can be really calming for the nervous system once we find that right alignment. We are going to take a brief shavasana in a minute, or in a few minutes, but let this be the chance to really drop down. And I'm going to be mostly quiet here. Feel the sense of just being in the body with the breath and letting go deeply of anything you've held on to in your mind. And so wherever you are, just take a final complete breath. If the legs are up in the air, take your time to lower them down. Use the energy of the legs to lift the hips up and remove your prop. With the feet on the floor, come into a simple sway. Free up the lower back, just kind of loosen things up after that longer back bend. Plus inversion that we just finished, right? And from here, I'm going to take just a very short Shavasana, just like 1 minute. So spread out onto the floor, and of course, you're watching a recording, right? So if you want to take a longer Shavasana, not like I could stop you from stopping the recording and just laying here as long as you'd like, so certainly do that. But if you're following with me here, we'll take 1 more minute. So just close the eyes. Relax the body, really settle here. Give yourself permission to just be for this final minute. You'll take 1 more deep inhale breath through your nose. And open up your mouth to exhale and let that all go completely. So just take a final moment on your back like you are here and feel what's settled. Come into a bit of movement and shifting. And just slowly roll over onto your side. Gently press your way up and find a comfortable seat. And for just a few moments here, let's close our eyes. So truly feeling what practice has shifted for you, what you've let go of along the way. And joining the hands in front of the heart. As always, my thanks to each of you for sharing your practice. And may our practice bring benefit to all beings. We bow. So again, thank you so very much, everybody. If you have thoughts, questions, observations, anything at all, do let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you are not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. And again, if you want to go deeper into some of the themes I explore here, consider taking my free course, The Embodied Mindfulness Method. There's a link in the description down below.